for blood unlimited copper glitch. But is it really? Now, I don't blame this man for having quite an ambitious title, nor his quick aptitude to upload a new exploit. But uploading an exploit without understanding how it works just creates a very dangerous precedent for the community. So I'm going to break this vid into two parts, really. Part 1, I'm going to explain the exploit. And part 2, it's the math of why it doesn't make absolutely any sense. So the unlimited copper exploit, it works like this. You buy a molly and a defib, you molly yourself, then you get defibbed after you go down. When you get defibbed back, the game will automatically give you 250 copper back, which is the price of the actual defib, the base defib that you just used. This is because the player is not supposed to be able to die in the spawn. Now, the exploit will work only if you have discounted defibs and you dupe nades, because if you have discounted defibs, you will spend 187 for a defib, but the game will give you 250 back. That's a profit of 63 copper every single time you do this, assuming that you're duping the mollies. So now, I want to go over the math part of this. So, the guy that did this, he showed it off, and he started with oh my god, the numbers are going to be a pain, 4,142 copper, and each of the bots had 3,000. That makes for a total of 13,142 starting copper. Important to know, I believe that this was on training mode. So, at least it looked like training mode. At the end of the video, he had 12,881 copper. If so, he started with 13,142 copper and ended up with 12,881 copper. That means he lost 261 copper. Now, these numbers are insanely confusing, so I just made a notepad with all the math that I did to get to this. It's going to be a lot less confusing than me just spouting these numbers at you, because even me saying them, it's getting confusing to me. But if you use the nade exploit, instead of losing 261 copper, he would have made a profit of 189 copper based on the 3 times he did it. Which, remember, you get 63 copper every time if you have a discounted defib. And he did this 3 times, which means 63 times 3, 189. So we just checked our math. That's why it's important to check your math, ladies and gentlemen. And I hate math, so the fact that I'm doing it is... Now, mauling yourself and defibbing yourself it's a great way to get copper off of the bots in training mode. In a normal matchmaking experience, it really isn't that useful, like, at all, unless you have discounted defibs. Even then, if you're duping grenade, if you're using the grenade dupe glitch, you're not really going to need to buy that much, and it's getting patched. So what, in case you don't know, it's getting patched, it's on the Trello. It's literally going to be gone in like a week or 2. So that completely destroys the viability of it, because it relies on another exploit, and that other exploit is so powerful that you wouldn't ever really be needing excess copper. Now, I don't see a situation where you'd ever want to use this. 63 copper for a trade in trauma just ain't worth it. Now, remember, you're using the grenade dupe exploit for this. That means you're gonna... Sorry, when you use the grenade dupe exploit, you normally run fire in the hole, which gives you temp health. Temp health stops trauma when you get hit. They might patch that someday. They tried to patch it, but they reverted the change. So now, if you have even 1 temp health, you don't gain any trauma. So based on that, you're going to be going into levels with very low amounts of trauma, and this guarantees you a lot of trauma. So the hassle just is not worth it. If you're at max trauma, even then, in theory, it might be cool, but in use, just no. There's a lot of better exploits out there that would make your game a lot easier than this. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe for more daily top quality Back 4 Blood glitches, exploits, tips and tricks, and more.